13 Things Everyone Should Know About Pete Hegseth is the title of Judd Legum's piece over at popular.info. Pete Hegseth, of course, the B-list Fox News weekend host who Donald Trump wants as Secretary of Defense, overseeing 2.6 million employees and an $840 billion a year budget. Hegseth, of course, is famous for having said that women should not be in combat roles. Right. Tell that to Tammy Duckworth, who lost her legs in I believe, Iraq. But this is where it gets interesting. In October 2017, there was a conference at the California Federation of Republican Women in Monterey, California. The Federation of Republican Women was apparently, if this report is accurate to Hegseth's mind, a great hunting ground. This is from this article by Judd Legum over at popular.info. I'll just read it straight up. A friend of the woman who he's alleged to have raped wrote a 4-page memo to the Trump transition team. In other words, Trump knew about this, detailing the incident and suggesting that the woman was not fully conscious when she was with Hegseth. According to the memo, the woman, quote, didn't remember anything until she was in Hegseth's hotel room and then stumbling out to find her own hotel room. She went to the emergency room where she received a rape kit examination that was positive for semen. So, I mean, you know, you don't go to the hospital and ask for a rape kit unless you think you've been raped. Now, this guy, when he was a student at Princeton back in 2002, yes, he's an Ivy League college graduate and was an officer in the, I believe, the National Guard. He was the publisher of a right-wing student newspaper. It was called the Princeton Tory. And in the September 2002 edition of that publication, he argues that having sexual intercourse with an unconscious woman is not rape. Because for rape, you have to have a woman experiencing duress. And women who are passed out cannot experience duress. That's pretty amazing, but, you know, if this woman, when she was taken to Hegseth's room, has no recollection of it, was unconscious, which suggests to me that she was drugged, but you know, nobody's making that allegation right now explicitly. Then, you know, he was just being consistent with his, assuming he did rape her, just being consistent with his 2002 argument that it's not rape if the woman is unconscious. Now Hegseth has been remarried. This is, again, from Judd Legum. Hegseth has been married 3 times. He divorced his first wife in 2009. According to court records, the marriage dissolved because of his infidelity. In August 2017, while married to his second wife, Hegseth had a daughter with a Fox News producer, a woman with whom he had been having an affair. His second wife, that would be that woman, filed for divorce in September, a month after the child was born. On an April 5th, 2019 appearance on Fox News, Hegseth criticized veterans who get government assistance for injuries sustained during their service. He bemoaned that, quote, vets groups encourage vets to apply for every government benefit they ever get after they leave the service. He said it makes veterans dependent on the government. He's also a big fan of waterboarding, which is, you know, the problem, of course, with waterboarding is it is such a torturous experience that people will tell you anything. You get bad information. In 2019, he asked Donald Trump to pardon Army Lieutenant Clint Lawrence, who had murdered several civilians while in Iraq. He served 6 years of a 19-year sentence before Trump pardoned him at Hegseth's suggestion. In May 2020, he said that the United Nations should be eliminated. He said, just get rid of the UN, just get rid of it. It's a poison body. What use does it have? I mentioned earlier he's got this Dies Volt slogan, Latin slogan tattooed on his arm. It was the rallying cry for the first crusade against Muslims. It is now the rallying cry for white supremacists in America. He is a member of the Communion of Reformed Evangelical Churches, CREC. Doug Wilson, the founder, openly ascribes to Christian nationalism and wrote a book praising the antebellum South as the idyllic multiracial Christian society and said that women should not have the right to vote. I mean, it just goes on from there. He's, you know, I encourage you to read it over at popular.info. You can get all the information. But these are the people that Donald Trump wants running our country. They're all kind of, you know, mini-me versions of him, basically, you know. Con men, rapists, wackadoodles.